Now here comes the very important topic for me. So that is function pointers are also called as pointers to functions. It is very easy, but you just need to understand it clearly. That's all. So for that I'm going to write two simple functions, add int a int b, which returns a plus b, nothing more than that, and subtract int a b, return a minus b. Now the name of the function also holds the address of that function. So here I'm going to declare a pointer to a function. So let us say int p of int comma int. So what this declaration means is that there is a name, function name is p, which returns an integer and accepts two integers. Now this is a function declaration, and this is the definition. And when you are declaring the function like this, the function is assumed to exist somewhere in the program. Now when I say int star p, this is a function that returns a pointer to integer and accepts to integer. Now, and this is not a pointer to the function. It is a function that returns a pointer to integer and accepts two integers. That's why what we need to do is you put parenthesis before. Now this is a pointer to a function that returns integer and accepts two integers. So if you apply parenthesis here, this means that this is a pointer to a function. Now what does that mean? Now p is capable of pointing to a function that returns an integer and accepts two integers. Now both the functions are of similar structure. So what I can do here is I will say p equal to add. That means p is now pointing to the function named add. Now percentage d, if I say p of 10 comma 20, it is nothing but a call to the function add, because p is pointing to add, and when we say p of 10 comma 20, we are calling the function add itself. Now if I say p equal to subtract, and now when I make the same call, now here it is invoking the function subtract because p is now pointing to subtract. Now first question is p a pointer? Yes, it is true, it is a pointer to a function that returns integer and accepts two integers. Is p pointing to a valid function? Yes, p is now pointing to add, and now when you make a call, you are making a call to the add function itself. Now here p is pointing to subtract, so when you are making a call, you are calling the subtract function. Is it really useful? We will see that in the next example, but let us see how it works. Now you can see that initially the first call made a call to the add, and the second call went to subtract. Now I'm going to slightly adjust this example, something like this. What I will do here is I'll write a function called invoke. This is just for the demonstration purpose. Now I'll just take two arguments x and y, and also I'm going to accept a pointer to a function. Now there are three arguments to this function invoke. One is an integer x and the another is an integer y, and the third argument is expected to be a function that returns integer and accepts two integers. Now here what I'm doing, I'll simply make a call to p of x comma y. Now whatever p is pointing to, I'm making a call to that function with the arguments x and y. So what this means is, in order to not confuse you, I'll just take two variables n and m. Now n equal to invoke of some 10 comma 20 comma add. Now here x is 10, y is 20, and p is now given the address of the function add. Now here p of x comma y will make a call to the function add, and similarly m equal to invoke of 10 comma 20 comma subtract. Now in the second call, invoke is given the two arguments x is 10, y is 20, and p is given subtract, so it makes a call to subtract. Now let us print the value of n and m. And see how this works. Now you can see that the end result is internally they invoked add and subtract. This is fine. Is it really powerful? Yes, it is. I'll show you in the next example.